Going forward on the channel, I'm going to focus on saving those who want to be saved instead of trying to save new people. I realize that you can't help people who don't want to be helped, and I would advise you guys to do the same in your lives. That said, besides toning down the content a little bit, the message will remain the same, so don't worry. Alright, bratas, one thing that a lot of men must understand is that it's okay you want to date older women, and I'm not trying to change your minds. Just know that it's your one life, so live it how you want to, try to minimize regrets, and if that includes dating older women, do what you have to. With that said, any of the BS that comes from dating them, because there will be, then accept them and take the L. That's all I have to say to the men who think I'm trying to change you, because I'm not. I'm just going to tell you what you're probably going to get, and then you decide what you think is best for you. When you're dating older women, you have to understand that rarely will you be able to impress that woman or bring her any new experiences that she hasn't already had with multiple men before you met her. That means the expensive dates, trips, vacations, jewelry, wedding, marriage, babies, and what you guys did in the bedroom. Highly likely she would have experienced some or most of the things you would have to offer her by the time you meet her. So there's no mystery or excitement when you meet a woman at an older age, and that takes away the fun out of it because nothing you do will be enough to please her if she's already experienced them before. When you contrast that with a much younger woman in her late teens to mid-20s, some of them would not have experienced a lot because they'd not had enough time to date men that have resources and can show them the finer side of life or luxurious lifestyle. So you will more likely have a better experience with those types of women than someone who has experienced luxury and the finer side of life. Let's focus on the bedroom now for the men who want to date older women. I can confidently say that most older women will be good in bed because they have had time to learn how to please a man and have experienced multiple men. So they will be nasty. The problem with that is most of you guys don't want your woman to have a high body count, but here you are trying to date older women. I don't know if you guys are delusional or crazy, but in this dating marketplace, it's highly unlikely you'll meet an older woman that has not been ran through and experimented with multiple men in both sexes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for you to believe that you'll find a good older woman that's pure and virtuous, you must be living in 800 BC. So forget about low body counts when dating older women because they had decades of riding the rooster rotation before you met her, especially if she has never been married. Now, if you're a regular guy and you don't have many sexual experiences and you don't have a big salami paws, then you won't be able to please many older women in the bedroom. This is why you have wives that are bored in marriages. They really want to cheat, or they are cheating, because these women had so many different types of men with big salami sizes and nasty stuff done to them that you cannot compete with. Some of these women had their feet worshipped, got their back door stretched, got their peace sleeve beaten out while hanging from a chandelier, had threesomethings and orgies, was tied up and whipped into submission, got their back door eaten. Their peace sleeve ate by both men and women, got food eaten off their bodies, peed on, engaged in BDSM, and did pronoun. Do I need to go any further? She has experienced so many things, and here you come with your 6 inches with strawberry and whipped cream, thinking you're about to do something. You can't please a woman like that because she has experienced too much in her younger years that you simply can't compete with. Some older women have been banged out on boats, in mansions, in 5-star hotels, and on exotic vacations. They've also had adventurous segs in places like a graveyard, in the woods, public pools, backway alleys, on the beach, in abandoned buildings, in the club's bathroom, in a parking lot, you name it. She's done most of the adventurous segs in her younger years, and now there's nothing new you can show her in your dingy apartment or your regular house to excite her. At best, she'd give you lazy missionary and pity segs without any sloppy toppy or backdoor access. So my question to you is that what do you want after you marry an older woman? Or you've been together for a long time? Because many men are in sexless relationships where their wives have zero interest in having passionate bedroom fun with them, simply because the husband is quote-unquote boring in bed. Obviously, it's probably not the husband's fault, although many of you guys are boring in bed, to be honest. But it's most likely because one man can't satisfy her in the bedroom anymore, because she can't pair bond or enjoy regular segs when she's had much better in the past. Also, what about the women who have destroyed their wet vice grip with all the segs toys hidden in their nightstands? You know, the 12-inch fake salami, the high-speed vibrator, and the vibrating and spinning fake salami. These women have worn out the sensation in their peace sleeve so much that you can't please her with your 10-stroke combo. That's just the bottom line. And don't get me started if she used to mess with her college roommate or she has female friends that she plays with every now and then. Most of you will never be able to eat her cat as good as her friend did, so I want you guys to understand that you're getting a raw deal and she's probably with you for everything besides the intimacy. That is why you have to think about what will be the long-term repercussions of dating an older woman and going the distance, because while the sex would be much better than with a younger girl, you have to remember she had to go through a lot of people to learn how to be good in bed. And if you're not comfortable knowing you can't match up, then date younger women who may not have been with many partners so you can teach her a couple of things in the bedroom and keep things fresh. Because the likelihood of you getting a young girl that's a virgin is slim to none, and Slim just died. This is why I prefer to sleep with younger women, because of their innocence, which makes it more exciting for me. That doesn't mean I'm going to decline or diss a 35-year-old woman if she busts it wide open and makes it. Nope, I'm going in if she's single and make sure I put my back into it. I just won't commit, that's all. I set the age limit for older women at 48 because it's downhill past the age of 50. What about knowing that she settled for you? Are you awkward with knowing you weren't number one? Because I'm just going to be frank with you, most of you cannot handle the truth that your wife or girlfriend settled for you, and they only chose you for financial support. You can't take that truth because you want to be her first option since you're making the most significant investment. You provide a roof over her head, clothes on her back, food on her table, and a decent lifestyle. Only to realize that she wanted someone else and she only chose you because the other person wouldn't commit. How would that make you feel, knowing that the only reason you got your wife is that the person she really wanted didn't want to commit? What about this? While dating her, she was getting dug out by her ex-boyfriend, and he was going in raw ski while she made you wear a rubber until she fully broke it off with him, then she allowed you to go in raw. And if she has kids by another man and she wasn't married, then you know that was the man she either tried to baby trap or she really wanted his seed. How does that make you feel? This happens to many men dating older women, which just comes with the territory. So you will not be anywhere near her first choice past age 25, in my opinion, and if she's older than 29, she likely settled for you because you were the good man willing to commit and you had resources. She probably doesn't really like you, but she likes what you have to provide, and that's why she chose you out of all the other men that pumped and dumped her in her past. You don't realize that you were the only man dumb enough to commit because everybody else took the best that she had to offer and bounced. If you hadn't taken her seriously, it is a safe bet that nobody else would commit for the long term or place a ring on her finger. So you have to be mindful that you were not the man she really wanted, but because every woman wants to marry at least once, she decided to give you that opportunity. Think about it from this perspective. Would she have given you a chance when she was younger? If not, and all the men she dated were the exact opposite of you, I guarantee you were henpecked. She doesn't find you sexually attractive, but you can provide for her, and that's why she's with you. And later on in the marriage, she makes you jump through hoops and hurdles just to give you what you married her for when she enthusiastically gave it away to many more men before you, or she doesn't give you any and closes up shop. At the same time, she bangs her play cousin or work husband on your dime. I don't see any benefit in that if I'm being honest with you, so why would you take that deal when you know damn well that most men who marry older women are not in happy lifetime marriages? The proof is right there in the divorce rate and with the people around you that made the mistake of marrying an older woman, so why would you choose to take a deal that is not in your favor? You should know good and damn well that older women are incapable of loving you because so many men before you took her soul, and now she's just with you because she really wants to get married, have kids, or have someone provide for her and take her out of debt. You know good and damn well that's the only reason, so why are you still rolling the dice when it's not genuine or authentic? Only you know, but I can't understand why you would want to build yourself up and finally start striding in life just to end up with an older woman who would have never given you the time of day in her younger years. Why not date a younger woman who looks good and probably wants you more? If you're gonna do relationships, at least get someone who is young and has a longer shelf life. Speaking of shelf life, you are aware that the older the woman, the faster her beauty will fade, and she'll need science to help preserve her looks. So you will be spending a lot of money to make her look as close to young as possible when you could literally have the natural thing. I just don't get it. She's obviously gonna want to look as young as possible because her beauty will be fading or gone by the time you meet her. So why not just date the younger woman who has what the older woman is trying to achieve? Then we can take it a step further if you want kids or she wants kids. It's known that if a woman never had a kid before, it will be considered a high-risk pregnancy when she's older. Even if she had a kid, it would be high risk. So are you willing to spend excessive money to ensure the baby is healthy? You know you could just date a younger woman that is built to carry the child as naturally as possible, right? What about if she has difficulty having kids due to her age or she's nearing menopause? Are you willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for in vitro fertilization just to make her pregnant when you can easily impregnate a younger woman? All of these are good questions you will need to answer when taking an older woman seriously. And what if she doesn't want kids, but you want kids and vice versa? Are you still gonna roll the dice when you can find a younger woman who does want kids or doesn't if you don't want any? I don't see the benefit for most men who have their lives together. I say leave the older women to the single lonely young men that are neglected by the women in their generation and let them pair up. In my opinion, older women can always date the incel virgin so these men can get access to sex, and these women won't have to die alone. That's my take on it. Leave these women alone and live the free agent lifestyle, go monk mode or go your own way. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours if you choose to date an older woman. Bust all the nasty nuts and enjoy them if that's what you want. Just don't come in here dissing them or complaining that you got swindled. You know what you're getting yourself into, so take accountability when it goes south. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. By the way, I'm the scriptwriter and I have a channel I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I'll link it in the description, and at the end of the video, you can subscribe over there. I won't be doing Manosphere content though. I may do anime stuff or something else that I want to talk about, so if you aren't interested, I understand, but if you just want to show some support, go subscribe on that channel and I'll make some content over there soon, not RP or Manosphere related. I need about 900 subs, and that's it. For those who want to see more Manosphere content with leftover women, the devastating trend of the unmarried and childless, then click this video on the screen right now to see how bad things are getting.